Australia, New York, Georgia, Tennessee, Michigan. I'm sure we got everybody but Europe on. What's up, Craig? How are you, Mike? What's happening? This
Super
is
excited.
our fully official 3.0 strategy session. The one last week was more of a hybrid, kind of talking about the transition of the invitation system. But this is it. From this point forward, we are full throttle 3.0. And I want to say hello, Vietnam. I want to say a huge welcome to all of the brand new people, whether you're on right now or you're watching the replay, who have said yes to helping us get in motion, catch some momentum. You said yes to your invitation. You're here now to learn more about how to scale this or expand this. So that's what today is going to be about. Craig, Mike, really quick, either one of you, I'll take one of you. What's been your first 72 hours since we pressed go with our new invitation system? Craig, I know you were in the woods for the weekend, so I'll take Craig Schultz.
Yeah, look, it's game time now. I've been sort of, since we started talking 3.0, I've just been like going, come on, get this invite tool going. And, it's really important. We've had conversations about who we need to be showcasing this invite tool to. And it's those people of influence to see the vision of our opportunity, because there is no better time to build a business before you pre-launch, and we've had a year of beta, or even under a year of beta. So we know what the vision is now. It's just we get a really good opportunity to lay some phenomenal foundations, and the invite tool is going to be amazing.
So each of you out there has said yes to this invitation tool. I bet you there's probably a bunch of you that are going, what the heck did I say yes to? Then again, if you're on tonight's call, probably you also watched the presentation that's a little bit longer. So let's talk about this a little bit. So, if you said yes to our invite, here's a couple things that we are assuming. Number one is you're a person of influence. Number two, the person that invited you says, hey, I respect this person and I want to make money with this person. So what you've said yes to, your next step, if you have not done so yet, is to immediately go watch the snapshot of what our company is. And again, that snapshot it's high level, right? We're talking about 4 different ways of building our business in one. Once we launch, all 4 of those have different conversations, right? All 4 of those have, different paths, if you will. So right now is, the more higher level conversation. It's the more complicated conversation. It's I often refer to it as big kid talk. You're here to have a higher level conversation about launching a company worldwide, launching a software worldwide, and that's important talk. Like that's a big conversation. So that's what you've been invited to. So if you have not said, if you have not gone through a little 30-minute snapshot yet, please do so, because we want to get you caught up. Tonight is strategy. It's not actually the what is it, it's the what to do part. Now, if you log in to your back office, I'll go back a second. Super high level, 2 minutes or less. What the heck did I say yes to? I didn't even listen to that guy yapping. I actually muted him because he was annoying me, so I muted him. And I just said yes because my friend told me to. What did I say yes to? What you said yes was to 4 people who have done over $10 billion collectively worldwide in revenue and sales in different businesses, who've come together, who've launched a company on a software whose goal is to, what I would say, decentralize commerce. So as we know it, Facebook ads, Google AdWords, Amazon, Walmart, Alibaba, they have centralized commerce. They've squeezed out every dollar of profit from the business owner to the influencer to the customer. There's nothing left except for more wealth for Zuckerberg and Bezos, right? So where our head is at is, what if we created an ecosystem, a place where people could come together and businesses, business development people, team builders, influencers, and just customer rewards people alike could all now take the piece that would have gone to Amazon or the piece that would have gone to Facebook ads, right? How do we take, not to be too technical, but how do we split up the cost of acquisition for a customer while allowing a vendor the benefits of huge exposure, lots of traffic being driven, but also they don't pay until the customer is acquired. Google AdWords, it's a hope and a prayer. Spend the money and you better hope you convert. With us, we convert and then you pay, right? So that's a great thing for a vendor. So you're here because you're specifically looking to do each part of the model. You're here because you see the opportunity to have thousands of rewards members buying from you. You see the opportunity of maybe bringing on some vendors. You see the opportunity of having a couple hundred affiliates selling products or influencers selling products through you. So the early on conversation is 100% for the team builders who are looking to make money through multiple different ways, who are looking at this as a real business that they want to help launch. Mike, I'm going to kick to you for a couple of thoughts on that while I pull up this slide deck that I just got.
For sure. Yeah, thanks. And I appreciate you guys logging in because, like I said, this is big kid talk, but it doesn't have to be complicated. It's just, what we're doing is actually very novel. It's very unique. It's never been done before. But I also look at this as, but we're all on here. Like I said, you're on here because you're a person of influence, and you're probably looking for, a great idea or a great concept, something you can sink your teeth into. That could be a great plan B, or it could be something on the side that you want to do, or you want to take this on as a serious entrepreneur like myself and Craig and Stacy and Nick, and you want to build this thing on a global scale. And really what that all comes down to is when you look at what Nick was talking about on a high level, you also got to bring it down to the one thing that stuck out, flag just waving crazy when he said it was, would you like to override, potentially thousands of people just making purchases, because the winner here is not just the vendor, and it's not just the business person. The winner here is also the person making the purchase. So if we can be that catalyst for bringing people to that platform, and we can actually slide in there because of the work we did, and we can actually earn an override on that, then that's a kind of home run in my book.
Beautifully stated that the winner is also going to be our customer rewards member, someone that's going to look at all the things they're buying and say, oh, $7 cash back, $12 cash back, $18 cash back, which is going to blow away current cashback rewards models, which is going to have way more diversity than anything ever in the direct sales industry, and is going to put us right in alignment with a free shipping model of what Amazon does. We don't control the shipping, guys. Remember, our vendors, they ship. But if our cashback rewards can negate the Amazon free shipping model, or at least compete, you're going to have hundreds, if not thousands, of folks that you're going to be working with. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at your invitation system. So Craig, because I'm looking at you on here, thumbs up that you can only see the invitation system and not a bunch of my desktop. Okay, so if you have not signed up yet, I don't know how you got here, but we'd love to have you. Make sure you get an invite from somebody and sign up. Once you sign up, you're going to set up your login. You're going to go ahead. Oh, I've got mine in Portuguese because I was testing different languages. So if you have not watched, there's two parts of this video. There's a 3-minute welcome video that tells you what to do, and then a 33 minutes or 34 minutes snapshot of our business for people of influence. You're going to want to do that ASAP so you have a high understanding. Now, the next thing you do is you're going to want to customize your link. All you do is hit change and pick a word that you think is simple and easy to remember, because your invitation is going to be go.shoply.com/ whatever you pick there. In the future, you'll be able to look at some reporting up here. Actually, you can actually do it right here. You just go up here, click reports in Portuguese, click reports right there. And that will allow you to see your reports of anybody that has said yes to a guest account. So if you already have guests, you can see the guests that have said yes by looking at those reports. And it really is that basic. So if you haven't gone through these 2 videos yet, super important. Here's some, I'm going to say lightly, scripts, but it's critical that you just personalize these to you. People that know you want the authentic you. Don't use them if you don't like them. Change them to match who you are. But this is just the way for you to change your link and start sharing like crazy. And as you share, click on reports and you'll see people there. Okay. Stacy, are you available? If not, I'll jump to Craig. Craig, anything you want to share? Not about how to share or who to share to, but just the general aspect of sharing. I thought of one I'll come back to in a second, which is, Stacy, you can take it if you want to show them multiple languages. But Craig, anything about just the pieces I've covered?
No, look, I think our strategy, you mentioned there's multiple, like you're entrepreneur and let's say you're new to this. We've got a timeline all the way out to October 15 when we go completely and utterly live selling products, social commerce, etc. I think at the moment, the people that we're talking to are really those people that want to build big communities and lay good foundations. So I think my strategy for sharing the invite tool and the conversations that I'm having are with people that can see the vision from that perspective, that want to leverage the entire platform. You know, I'm not talking to customers at the moment. I'm not talking to people that want to join as a brand, because that'll come and part of stage 2 and 3 of the strategy. But that's sort of, think about who you're speaking to is really important here.
That's actually a great transition. So, and it's actually where I'm going with this. Should I be talking to vendors yet? No. Should I be talking to customers yet? No. Should I be talking to anybody else other than who we think can multiply the network? And guys, the people that multiply the network will earn the most amount of income. It's just because they're playing in multiple different piles or pools of money, right? It's just that they're able to earn lots of different ways. So right now we're looking for people of influence that know how to, it's not even know-how, that want to participate in expanding the network. Why people of influence? Well, we've got 30 days. I'm going to show you this. This was the decentralized commerce conversation I had with you a second ago with the visual invite tool we talked about. All right. We just went live with the invitation system on August 1st. Until September 3rd, all we're doing is pre-enrolling and pre-inviting, not to say it for the 1 millionth time, but people of influence. Why people of influence? Because our marketplace, our vendors app, is not ready till September 15th. And our marketplace is not ready till October 15th. So talking to an average everyday customer right now about something that's not ready for 2 months or won't be revealed for 2 months doesn't make sense. Talking to a vendor about something that's not going to be available for 40 days, that's only going to cost $1 for the first 90 days, that doesn't make sense. What we're trying to do is scale your network, because you scaling your network is going to be how you're going to have the largest opportunity financially. So between here and here, you want to look for the most influential people you know, and you want to do 2 things. Share with them the basic invite, lock them in, and make sure they watch the 30 to 35-minute high-level breakdown of what we're doing. Or they can connect with any of your leadership to explain what's going on. He or she with the most individuals pre-enrolled by September 3rd who have looked at all the information and said yes, and they have influence, you will have the most outrageous 2026 that you could ever possibly imagine. Because every person of influence is worth 10, 25, 50, 100 other people that want to join and follow them. So imagine you have 10 unbelievable people of influence when you walk into September 3rd, and by the end of the year, all of a sudden you're getting paid off 1,000 customer rewards members. I'm gonna kick it to the panel to talk about this topic. Over to you guys.
I'll just jump in there, Nick. Like, let's just assume that, I'm a person of influence with Shopley, and I come on board now. What I see in this platform is something that's never been done before, but I look to kick off with that $1 vendor trial to bring on 100 vendors myself very, very quickly. So imagine you could bring on 3 or 4 people of influence that see the vision at that sort of level. You could have business development. So the way that our platform works, it rewards you for effectively business development that you're bringing across the entire platform overrides on all business development. So bringing on 10 people of influence could effectively be, hundreds, if not thousands of stores that when we start populating the marketplace that you can be certainly connected to. So I sort of think, this phase here is vital for those big vision, big thinkers, because if they get an opportunity to bring stores on that are on Shopify, where there's 5 million of them in 175 countries on a $1 trial, you better be sure that there's a pretty cool opportunity out there. So I think that's just me personally. I've got my sights set on 100 in the first month.
And Craig, everybody likes to go cart before the horse. And you're smart people of influence are the smartest. If I'm you, I'm asking, well, how are you going to do that? And how are we going to do this? And how you have to have enough trust that we're going to roll out in phases your tool set. Right before it's time to go get vendors, you're going to have videos, slide decks, presentations. Just like this this strategy session, we'll be doing presentations for your vendors. It's just not time yet. So the reason why we don't give you those tools now is because we're not ready yet for the vendors. But the week we are ready for the vendors, you'll have vendor videos, vendor slide decks, and vendor presentations that we're doing with and for you. Well, Nick, where's the videos for customer rewards? Well, I don't want to give you the video for customer rewards because a customer can't join until October 15th. So it doesn't make sense to have the video. So we're rolling this out in phases on purpose so that you can spend your time now in the short term. You only have a little bit of time. You're not doing this full time. You're putting in a couple hours a week. Those couple hours for the next couple weeks should only be focused on identifying people of influence. And here's something you already know. They're the smartest people you know. They got the best questions. They have the best healthy skepticism, which means they're going to be the biggest pain in the ass in a good way and bad way. But once they say yes, they will absolutely positively multiply your network. So when we do get vendors and we do get affiliates and we do get customers, you have multiplied your income. Mike, Stacy, any more on this topic?
I'll be real fast. I think one of the big things that guys, we're all busy people out there. We're all looking for opportunity. I look at this as twofold. This gives us an opportunity to really dive in and learn as much as we possibly can before we go live, because when you're trying to learn when the business is already in motion and we're already live, it's like you're at a deficit already. So this gives us an opportunity to go out there, start learning what's going on, connect with community, dive into the Telegram groups, start getting the education that you need while you're sending these invites out, because you want as many of those people with you to launch this business. So they will be educated and smart and knowing how this is going to roll out when we are ready to roll out. So I look at this as the perfect scenario. and just be thankful that you're here before everybody else. You got kind of got to, hand up.
Yeah. No, I was going to say something really fast. The people of influence are usually the ones that know the most people, right? They've got the biggest networks, they've got the biggest connections. So you don't even know who they can connect you with when the time comes to open that floodgate. And by kind of putting the cart before the horse, like Nick said, you might be missing out on some opportunities that getting to those people of influence can open up for you by getting them in first and getting them to see that vision. And so, don't spend this time while we have this time and we don't have to multitask, right? You get to focus very narrowly on one subset and one category. Spend that time to really find who those people are and identify them. Absolutely.
Beautifully stated. So here we are again. We're focused on people of influence from here to here, then vendors, then marketplace. So let's talk licenses. Let's talk money for a minute. So here's all of our licenses. Right now, we're only focused on team builders who want to be influencer or influencer pros. What's the difference between these two? Influencer pros can bring on vendors, influencers cannot. But both of these two can build a team around the world and access everything in the incentive plan. Influencer pros just have a bigger opportunity because they have the opportunity to bring in vendors where influencers do not. There should be no reason if you're in a first world country that you don't figure out how to come up with this 800. Figure it out. I'm being direct, I'm being harsh, but figure it out. The only reason why you would think of influencer is maybe you're in a country where, 800 is a huge gap. And I understand that. But guys, check this out. On September 15th, the vendor license will be $1 and no subscriptions for 90 days. We put an asterisk here because we reserve the right to change the license value in the future. Meaning if we are exploding and, we need to slow it down a little bit with how many vendors are coming in, we might say, okay, vendor license is $500 or $300 or $800. Remember, you will get paid off that, right? So it's not, you won't be sad about that. There'll be something you would get paid off. But to start, we're talking about $1 for the first 90 days. So vendors coming on board, it's not going to be a huge presentation here. Like, it's going to be pretty simple. On October 15th, that's when we start selling licenses to affiliates and affiliate managers, and then also customer rewards members. Why October 15th? Because that's when the marketplace goes live. We want to get as many vendors as possible before we turn on the marketplace. Affiliates are only getting customers. Affiliate managers are only getting affiliates and customers. So that's why we wait until October 15th for this. So if you guys look at the price point here, $1, $99, this is going to be kind of your people that are maybe struggling financially, people that aren't as well off, or maybe their skill set needs a lot of coaching. Bring them in 2 months. Do not bring them in now. What we're bringing in now is only people that are influencer pro. Now I'm going to show you guys what comes inside of an influencer pro. There's going to be a bunch of different benefits that we'll cover with you guys on next Monday. But one of them is going to be a $300 product pack. You're going to have on October 15th, a bunch of vendors. These are just random examples that are going to give you a minimum of $300 worth of product or more. It's up to them. We don't decide. So that promoter pack is going to come inside of your license. So you buy an influencer license or an influencer pro license, you're going to get a $300 voucher to credit towards a promoter pack. So let me explain to you guys right now what I believe is the most, I don't know if complicated is the right word, but challenging. The reason why we need people of influence right now, because we're rolling this out in phases. So if the marketplace does not go live until when? October 15th. That means you cannot redeem your $300 promoter pack credits until October 15th. So if you start, with a bunch of people that don't understand business and launching something and getting in early, and they sign up on September 3rd, and you're like, hey, in 5 weeks is when you can redeem your promoter pack. There's going to be a lot of people that don't like that, or they're frustrated by that. So we want to have a smaller group of people that understand business. And if you want to understand again, why? Okay, well, why, Nick? Well, vendors start September 15th. Well, why not have a marketplace? Because we need 30 days to identify the vendors who want to give us a promoter pack. Not all vendors will have a promoter pack, only ones that want to create one. So what's cool though, is you guys are going to get a $300 product promoter pack voucher. It can't redeem until October 15th. Once October 15th hits, guys, people will redeem them at checkout. They'll enroll, redeem, enroll, redeem, shipped, enroll, redeem, shipped, enroll, redeem, shipped. Okay, before I go into how are you going to make your return on investment and then some, anything from my team here of panel, anything I just missed that you want to reference here?
No, look, I mean, basically that on October 15th, that $300 credit's going to tremendously stimulate our rewards program and our commission structures, because one of the major ways we get paid is rewards on product purchases. So that $300 promoter pack that people buy on sign up is actually a great way to stimulate that part of the commission structure. And as I've said, moving forward from October 15, 2 weeks later, Black Friday, 3 days after that, Cyber Monday, 2 weeks after that, Christmas shopping for your family. You think about Shopply becoming by this time next year, when we move into those days and we are a player in the market for these big shopping days, we go to all our vendors and say, bring across your promotions onto Shopply so our affiliates and our influencer pros can go out there and get them to the market. The whole ecosystem will feel, I guess the whole ecosystem sort of like, I guess, connects together in lots of different ways. So
Feeds off
I'm
each
really,
other.
it feeds off each other. That's right.
The difference, we are a marketplace, but you know what the difference between a marketplace and an ecosystem is? An ecosystem is they feed each other, feed off each other, win and grow off each other. And that's the difference between what we do and what Amazon does. Like you can bring a vendor, but also go get that vendor a customer, but also buy from that vendor, but also build a team for that vendor. Like it's a true ecosystem. Okay.
Can I just say one thing? I just, prior to this, I just did a little case study with one of my vendors. So it's important to understand, as an influencer pro, you work in collaboration with your vendor, because you're entitled, as a B2B of bringing the vendor on board, you're entitled to a very small override. So you sort of take on that role as an ambassador. And for me, I just did a promotion with a 4-week promo. I saw on their website, they said buy one, get one free. I said, let's just work together. I created some content with them. I got some of their content, started posting it out, and made about $3,000 to $4,000 worth of sales off their promotions. And they're like going, I've just got a free employee effectively going out doing the work. I got paid because I made some sales and my affiliate commissions. And I went back to them at the end, and they were really happy with that. And I said, when this ecosystem is working in motion, imagine 100 of me doing that with your promotion. And it boggled the mind. So, that there is where we head in year 2 and 3 when we mature as a business. But right now is the opportunity to build into maturity and momentum.
The network effect, my friend, for sure. Okay, so what I want to do right now is I want to shift everybody's attention onto where you will be focused starting September 3rd. So everything we're doing right now is to build towards the largest possible group of people that you can identify to engage into buying their Influencer Pro license and then maximizing this bonus called the 30-day multiplier. Here's how it works. If you start as a pro, your job's to, sorry, if you start as an influencer, your goal is to go pro in your first 30 days. How? Refer 3 other influencers. If you start as an influencer pro, your goal is to max out your influencer pro by referring 3 other influencer pros. In doing that, you're going to reach your first couple $100 made over here. You're going to get your $300 product pack, your $300 product pack. You're going to make some money. $330 on the left, $510 on the right. This $510 is how you get to your $500 license return on investment, plus you got $300 in product. But here's the deal. Anybody who does this in 30 days or less from September 3rd, anyone who does this in 30 days or less from September 3rd is going to get a multiplier on all of their marketplace commissions for the following 3 months or 12 weeks. If you start here, it's 2x. If you start here, it's 1.5x. Now, I want to give you an idea of what this means, because it doesn't really mean anything to you at the moment until you understand what marketplace commissions mean. But what I want you to understand is we're trying to identify who wants to go fast. That's it. And when you join us September 3rd, you want to have your 3 influencer pros, probably 10 others, and you want all of them to have their 3 influencer pros. And if they've got theirs, even better, because you're going to absolutely explode if that's the case. But I'm going to give you, and for those of you guys that don't love numbers, then this won't be a fun part. But for those of you guys that do, this is for you. Pull out a whiteboard real quick. Stace, you already know what I'm going to ask you. So in your first 30 days, you got your 3. I'm going to show you guys what this means to have 12 weeks of 2x marketplace commissions. So after you get your 3 in place, you're now a max pro. What's going to happen is people are going to start buying for themselves to get their customer rewards, right? They're also going to get customers. As that revenue starts to pop, you're going to get a weekly check that's called a marketplace commission check. And I'm going to keep this very small because you're starting to build a team who builds a team and builds a team. So let's say the first week it's only $20, and the second week it's 25, and the third week it's 20 again, and the fourth week it's 40. I don't think this is an outrageous example. In the 5th week it's 80, in the 6th week it goes down to 70, in the 5th week it goes down to 50. In the 8th week it goes down, it pops to 100. The 9th week it stays at 100, but now you're like, uh-oh, I'm running out of time. I really want to ramp up this bonus. So you're pushing the team. 200, 300, 400. Each week, you already received this money. It's already in your bank. You're not rich. You're not, buying wifey a new diamond. But because you went max pro in your first 30 days, and you have a 2x multiplier on this, you received all of these checks once, and then you're going to get another one-time bonus of, Miss Stacy?
$1,405.
You're going to receive another $1,405 one-time bonus for doing this in your first 30 days and continuing to build and continuing to grow. Guys, this is absolutely the duplication model of speed that we were looking for, of Go Pro or Go Max Pro, and it keeps all of us engaged in getting customers and building our customer database and growing our marketplace commissions income so we can have a one-time awesome check of $405 extra bonus, $1,405. For some of you, this is going to be a $14,000 one-time bonus because you're going to come out September 3rd with guns blazing. So let me tie these 2 ideas together. If I were you, I would start recruiting people of influence like crazy now. 10, 15 personally. I'd make sure they're all in place to also have 5, 10, 15 invitations out. Out of that group, it starts to die down. They got 4 or 5 out, et cetera, et cetera. But when you start in the first week, here's what happens. Here's you. You end up with 7 people on your first wave who all go out there and have a minimum of 5 people on their first wave. Oops. That's another 35. Who all go out there and nail out their 3 each. And the guys, I'm talking like the first week. 35, 35, 70, 105. You're rolling into the first week with a team of 140 people. Maybe it takes you 2 weeks because you had 7 that came in with Influencer Pro, who had 5 each with Influencer Pro, who had 3 each with Influencer Pro. Your first 3 waves is 142 people. What do you think is going to happen on these trailing couple weeks? This is why we're pushing so hard, guys, this idea of people of influence. Because some of you, this is going to be a real thing. At the end of the 12 weeks, you're going to walk out of there earning the $14,000, but you're going to end up with another $14,000 bonus. Guys, remember, this is only one way we pay. This is not the other ways. Please go through the incentive plan videos if you haven't done so yet. Panel, take it away.
This is huge.
Just some quick
Right,
math. That's 140 something people spending $300 in marketplace as well. So that group of people have just spent $43,000 in the marketplace too. So when they've spent their $300.
Well, it's like everything, like you said earlier, everything feeds itself, right? So, in launching this business, launching your own business inside the Shoply ecosystem, it's just a matter of how big do you want it to be on that first week. And I think that's really what it really kind of boils down to. But you got to think about this. When you look at those numbers, it's, there's going to be purchases made regardless. And some of those purchases are going to be large purchases. I mean, because it's not restricted to like this one little item that costs $19, or there could be somebody who might go on there, and I don't know what the vendors are going to be yet, but I don't know, probably wouldn't surprise me to have a jewelry vendor on there and somebody says, "Oh, I love that watch. That watch happened to be $2,500." That on one purchase that happens to go through your marketplace commission. So you just kind of got to let your mind go a little bit and then think of all the folks out there that are thinking, "Oh my gosh, look at all the items on here that I personally purchased myself." Because I ask myself these questions. Hey, we buy stuff every single month. Obviously, we go to the grocery store, we buy stuff on Amazon, we do it. If I replaced all those items with just the items in the marketplace and I save a little bit of money and I get rebates back, oh, trust me, I'm doing it. So, and guess what everyone else is going to do? The same thing. Why? Because it's just smart. It's smart to do that. So it's exciting. I think it's going to drive the right behavior, and you should be rewarded for it.
Yeah. Well, and it's exactly like Mike said. You think about the potential of what this could be for every family, right? Just what is their spend every single month on household items, things, we're all looking, if you have kids, you're looking to buy back to school items in the next 30 days, right? So if I could get a rebate on those items and I could shop through Shoply, wouldn't I choose to do that first? So you're looking at these kinds of mindset shifts for people, and then they're spending and purchasing on the platform. And all of that continues to uptick in the marketplace commissions, the amount that you guys are making. And that could be enormous. You're not talking about, one product line that you're trying to get your friends and family to purchase. You're talking about household just replacement spending on items that they already purchase. And that's a much bigger amount than just hey, purchase this product because it does XYZ for you. And so I think if we can wrap our heads around the scale of what that could become, it's very, 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 and once you see that, that's why all of us are so excited.
Let's go. I'm ready to get off and go again. Okay, so here's a couple tools. So if I was you, the next question I would say is, all right, hey, help me explain the information to these people. The invitation tool is not designed to explain the information. It's only designed to tease. It's a teaser, right? It's kind of like when you I went to the movie last night with the kids. What was the first thing I did before I chose the movie? What's the first thing you do when you choose a movie? Stacy, what do you guys do before you choose a movie?
You watch the trailers?
Watch a trailer, right? So they watch the trailer, they register as a guest, and then you give them the movie. The movie is the 35-minute overview or a connection with the person you're working with. But there's other ways to do this as well so that you guys have access to more tools. So here's some tools. Tool number one, you have to be on here. Like I did a voice note exchange with a top performing saleswoman that I've known for 17 years. She sent a message going, I don't know when any of the calls are. And it's like, I've told you 100 times, you have to be on this channel because we cannot rely on everyone else to make sure that you know when the calls are or the Zooms. Please, everybody, please get on here. Once you get on here, there's certain things you can do to find the tools you need. You got to become familiar with Telegram. And I know for the Americans, this is a new tool for you. Why do we use this and not WhatsApp? Number one, it's more international, and we're an international company. Number two, when you use WhatsApp, you can't go back and look at the past information. This works more like a database, so we can pin messages. The first thing you want to do is go look at the pinned messages, or you can go look at the links. You can go look at anything that's been posted, and that's why we use Telegram. So I recommend guys figure out how to stay plugged in to the Telegram. Stacey, anything to add there since this is your world? Are we good there?
Yeah, no, just look out in the next couple days to weeks. We're going to start populating information for you guys, information that you guys need to know. If you've been in the company before, then you'll know some of this stuff. But since this is a new thread, we're going to start introducing in some of those links, social media channels to follow, all that kind of stuff. So just know that you're going to start seeing an uptick of activity, and it's just us making sure you're well versed on all of the Shoply community things that you need to know.
Can you actually drop an up-to-date invite that's a link into the chat box?
Yes. Yep. You got it.
Okay, so guys, take a look at the chat box. We're going to drop a link for you. If you're not in here, please get in here. Okay, here are tools that will be pinned in this thread. This is something called Shoply for Millionaires. We haven't rolled this out yet to this Shoply 3.0 thread. We're going to drop it into the thread tonight. Who is Shoply for Millionaires for? If you guys were to guess, panel, you can announce, you can yell it out for everybody else. Who would this be for, do you guys think?
Millionaires.
Millionaires.
Influential people.
It is not for customer rewards members. So this is a 1.5 hour breakdown of everything about our business, with the exception of the incentive plan. Really super deep, like really deep. Here's who I use this for those of you guys that are in 2025, all of you know someone who has done network marketing or direct sales full time at some point. This is what you need to give to them. This is the information that they're looking for. It's heavy. If you want to watch it, feel free. We'd love for you to watch it too, but you do not have to. But it is deep. This is for those of you guys that were in Miami. This is Miami, what we shot, and then we brought it back out. Sorry, we cut it up for everybody that wasn't there. Okay, number two, the overview. It's the overview for people of influence. It is in your guest back office, but it's also in the Telegram thread. It will be pinned up there, easy for you to find. So after somebody says yes to an invitation, have them watch this. Number three, the incentive plan. This is a extremely deep dive into the incentive plan. If you're the type of person that wants the super deep dive, it's available. If you don't want it, I don't blame you. This Thursday, I'm going to try to do one that's a little bit more palatable for the average everyday person. Okay, Everybody screenshot this if you can. I have lost my video with you guys. I'm hoping you guys can see me and everybody else because I can't see anybody.
Yep, you're good.
Okay, thanks. So take a screenshot, guys. This is all of our different social. And then here's our schedule for the week. Tomorrow night, snapshot for who? Anybody?
People
Yeah.
of influence.
People of influence. The next day, snapshot for EU UK. This is like 2:30 Eastern time. 3:30 Central. Sorry, 1:30 Central. 1:30 Central. So if you're not in the UK or EU and you don't have prospects, you don't have to be on. And by the way, none of you have to be on a snapshot if you don't want to be. We need your guests, the people that said yes to the guest. And then we're going to do an incentive plan breakdown again. If you want to hear it, feel free. Another strategy session next Monday with new information. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a plan here leaving. Raymond wants the links on the previous slide, the one with all the links. All right, I think that's probably, by the way, guess where you can find this whole schedule? Anybody want to guess where you can find this? Telegram. I think you're talking about this one, Raymond. So before I close out, let me go ahead and grab my panel with your closing thoughts.
I'll go fast. I just want to say, take advantage of the opportunity, the timing that you have right now. This is like their first week, so obviously you're here and you're committed, or you're at least committed to getting yourself inundated with all the information so we can build together and move forward together. All I would say is take massive action right now. Although you might not know everything about everything, it's totally okay. Like Nick said earlier, we want to give people that trailer, get them that guest, get them that link so they can get in and they start learning the rest. By September 3rd, they will know exactly what they want to do and how they want to do it. But don't think, I would get out and get as many people as you know of that fit into that category of people influence. And I would reach out to them like within the next 24 to 48 hours. That's what I would do.
Yeah, look, for me, just what I would probably say is think big. I've been doing direct selling and other entrepreneurial ventures for the last 25 years, franchising, done network marketing in the past. And, this platform will allow you to build instantly into 175 countries with 5 million stores waiting for our offer, to 8 billion people on the planet that could join as a customer. If you're somebody that had big vision to ever build your own direct selling company, we have a home for you here, because you can go and find your 3 favorite brands and build your entire business around those 3 favorite brands. If you're somebody that's wanted to build internationally in the past, we have a home, because you can go and find your own local brands. Or if you've got your favorite friends in a different country, work with leaders there to find 3 or 4 brands in those countries and build a community around those brands. If you're somebody that would love a consumer business, we have a home for you as well. The Cashback Rewards program. We already know with platforms like Rakuten, they're $11 billion company, Amex cards. We know that that's an accepted business model. So think big and take action. That's what I would leave you with.
Yeah. If you come from an MLM background, or you come from even just any, small business, if you think about if you've made a decent amount of money, which is probably the case if you're here, right? You're a person of influence. Well, think about what kind of a category that probably fit into, right? It was probably one category, health and wellness, or you were in one other category, or maybe you cross-pollinated into a couple, and you're able to make however much it was, whether you're a 100,000-aire, I don't even know how you would say that, or millionaire, based off of that one category, maybe that one product or one service. Now you're talking about being able to tap into multiple categories across an entire marketplace. And that is incredibly exciting. And the scalability of that is what we're all so looking forward to. So don't worry so much about understanding how the ecosystem works and how much the licenses cost and what does it mean to be this, and don't stress yourself out about learning all the little details that you hear all of us talking about, because we've had a head start. We've learned those things over time. And right now in this pre-launch phase, take the excitement, the passion, and what it was that you saw and get people in front of a tool, get them in front of Nick, get them to a snapshot, get them to a live presentation, because we will help do the work for you so that you're not over explaining or talking somebody out of something because you're still learning as you go. And that's perfectly acceptable and that's perfectly fine, because think about if you can get as many people in front of this information and then someone else is going to do the talking and doing the closing for you, that actually makes your life easier. And so I would highly, highly, highly suggest that that's the focus that you have and the action that you take in the next 10 to 30 days as we scale bigger and bigger.
So guys, my closing thoughts are, the more analytical you are, the harder this is going to be. And it's a tough conversation to have with people because the more intelligent you are, usually the more analytical you are, right? So there's this combination of these two things. And time is not our friend, right? Momentum is not easy to create. And understanding the subpoint of the subpoint of the subpoint on everything does not ever create momentum. No matter what business that you've seen where you think it's like the most perfect business, I promise you, they created momentum off imperfection and created perfection out of the imperfection. That's why entrepreneurship is sometimes messy. That's why, you know, launching stuff is super messy. And usually the people that are the most analytical, they come in later to manage things and to, you know, solidify things. They're not there to create those things. My best advice I can give to anybody here is, if you're a person of influence and you know other people of influence, you got to just go with your intuition. I'm not saying go without answers, but you got to go with your intuition. Get the answers on the way. Beat us up for the answers that you're not getting, but don't give up the opportunity to pre-build, to be the first individuals building this 3.0 empire, because you feel like you have some uncertainty. Well, let's address the uncertainty, but learn as you go. You know, to me, they're like, well, people are like, well, I can't tell this to anybody unless I know everything about everything. No, of course you can. It sounds like this. Hey, I don't know everything about this yet, but I'm sure damn excited. And I want you to look at this with me. I want you to learn about it with me. I want you to analyze it with me. I want you to rip it apart with me. Let that be your process. Because in each of the three on with me can say the same story. There's a lot of things that I am not good at all. And the people around me will give you a very large list, starting with Stacy, Mike, and Craig Schultz. They'll give you a big list. But one of the things that it's arguably I could be one of the best in the world at is launches. Launching companies, launching teams, launching products, launching countries. And all I can tell you is launches love speed. And they love to be in connection with people of influence, because speed needs influence. Speed cannot work without influence. And we're not a business model where we're going to go pick a person. Doesn't matter. Tom Brady or, you know, David Beckham or whoever, Lionel Messi, to go stand up and talk about something. That's not our business model. That's not decentralized commerce. That's centralized commerce. We move at the speed of people. And early on, that speed of people is people of influence. So whatever you need from us to get you across the finish line, to start activating your influence, let us know. Second thing I'll share is any of you who are deadly serious right now that have the influence that you want me to do a private overview or snapshot for at least 7 to 12 other people of influence. Not your kid, nephew, and granny. Not that. I want to talk to them, just not until October 15th. If you got 7 to 12 people of influence and you think I can help, and you've got them signed up on the invitation tool, you want me to present to them, I'm in. All day, every day. Reach out to the person that you're working with. They know how to find me and put me to work, because I'm deadly serious about seeing each and every single one of you guys win. We've got 30 days to get to September 3rd. And at that point, we explode and we never look back. Thank you for your time tonight, guys. We'll talk to you in a week or tomorrow night on the presentation. Good night, everybody.